So multiplying natural numbers. In this lesson we're going to look at the distributive law when it comes to multiplying natural numbers, and then a method for multiplying numbers using this law, and then also another method which is known as the array method. So if we take the number 34, so let's say 34 multiplied by 44, so we can easily do this. We can just plug it into a calculator. So for example, we can take out our calculator and we can put in the two numbers. So 34 multiplied by 44, that's equal to 1496. So 1496, okay, so it's equal to 1496. Now, there's another method that we can use, and we can use this property of, which is known as the distributive law. So if we take, let's say we have two numbers like this that we want to multiply by each other, we can take the two numbers and we can break them down into tens and units. So for example, if we take the number 34, we can rewrite this as, like, what is 34? It has 30 tens plus 4 units. Okay, so we can kind of make a group of it like that. Okay, and then we're going to multiply that by, if we take the number 44, we can again break this into tens and units. So it has 40 tens plus 4 units, like so. So what we've essentially done is we've taken these two numbers and we've just rewritten them. So 34 is 30 plus 4, and 44 is 40 plus 4. So you're taking it and you're splitting it into its tens and units. And then what we can do is we can use this what's known as a distributive law. So if I have 3 plus 4 multiplied by 40 plus 4, what I'm actually doing is I'm taking this and I'm multiplying it by this, and then I'm also taking this and multiplying it by this. So what will that look like? So it's going to look something like this. So it's going to be 30 multiplied by 40 plus 4. Okay, so that's 30 by this, and then it's also going to be plus 4 multiplied by 40 plus. So it's going to be 4 multiplied by 40 plus 4. So it kind of looks like that. And now what we can do is we can take each of these, so we can take 30 and you multiply it by this and multiply it by this, and then you take 4 and you multiply it by this and you multiply it by this. Okay, so if we take 30 by 40, we can use our calculator. So 30 multiplied by 40 equals 1200. So that's 1200 plus 30 multiplied by 4. So 30 multiplied by 4, which equals 120, plus 120 plus 4 by 40. So 4 multiplied by 40 is equal to 160 plus 4 by 4. 4 and 4 is 8. 8 and 8 is 16. Plus 16. Okay, so it looks something like that. So what we're doing is we're using this distributive law. And then finally what we can do then is we can add up all these numbers. Okay, so it's going to be, so 1200 plus 120 plus 160 plus 16. And if we add those up, it's 1496. Okay, so that's equal to 1496. 1496. So that's using this, what's known as the distributive law. So multiplication is distributed over addition, okay, and we can see that here by working it out this way. So the other way we can do this same problem as well is we can use what's known as the array method. So we can create an array that looks something like this. And what we can do is we can do exactly the same thing. We can split it down. So we can take our two numbers and we can put it into an array. So we can take the number 34, split it into its tens and units, 44, and split it into its tens and units. And we can just display them like this. Okay, so this is going to be 30 plus 4. Okay, so that's coming from the number 34. And then we can take 44, so 40 plus 4. So it's going to be 40 plus 4. So it looks something like that. Let me just tidy that up a bit. So it looks something like that. And then what we can do is we can do the calculation for each one. Okay, so for example, in this box, you're going to multiply this by this. So it's going to be 30 multiplied by 40, which is equal to 120, 1200, should I say. Then you have 4 multiplied by 40. So 4 multiplied by 40, which is equal to 160. Then down here we're going to have 30 multiplied by 4, which is equal to 30 by 4. So 30 by 4 is 120. And then we have 4 multiplied by 4, which is equal to 16. Okay, so we can do it like this. This is what's known as an array method. We can take the same, we're splitting up exactly the same way. And then what we can do then is we can just add all these numbers together, like what we've done here. So it's going to be 1, 2, 0, 0, 1, 6, 0, 1, 2, 0, and then 16, like that. We can add them all up, and it'll add up to 1496, like that. So that is multiplying natural numbers using what's known as the distributive law, and that's how you go about. This is another way that you can go about multiplying them by each other, and I've also shown you this method which is known as the array method. So it's a way that we can take natural numbers and multiply them by each other.